Hey guys, welcome on to our healthy eating and meal planning and 21-day fix and grocery shopping on a budget call. We're tackling a lot of stuff in this call. So I'm going to give everybody just a few minutes to hop on and then we will get started. So we'll just give it just a couple more minutes. As you guys hop on, just go ahead and post in the comment section. Let me know who's here. I'm super excited to talk to you guys tonight about this. We have a lot of people getting ready to kick off their 21-day journey next week. I know this is something that a lot of people have been struggling with. A lot of people have been asking me questions about. So I'm hoping that tonight's call can really get everybody ready to go. We can have the week to prepare and we can get started on the right foot next week. So as you guys hop on, just go ahead and tell me who's here. I just want to say hi to everybody so that way I can see. Stephanie's here. I see Andrea just hopped on too. Awesome. Cool. So we're just going to give it a few more minutes. I'm posting right now in the comment section of this video the link to a PowerPoint that I made about this so you guys can follow along if you choose to do that as I talk. I just posted that in the comment section. So if you guys want to click on that, you guys can bring that up on your computers, on your phones, and you guys can follow along in the PowerPoint as I go. I'm such a PowerPoint nerd, so I figure the best way for me to learn is visually. And I just kind of talk during these things and give you guys a lot of insight. So the PowerPoint is there for you guys to follow along with what I'm going to be doing. I'm looking at it on my screen. So we'll just give it about one more minute, and I'm going to get started. Welcome on, guys. Super excited to have you guys on here tonight. So for those of you, I'm just going to start. You know what? I'm just going to get started so that way I'm not keeping you here all night. How about that? So thank you guys for all coming on. This is a call basically on healthy eating, meal prep, etc. A lot of you on this call right now are either going to be kicking off your 21-day journey with me next Monday. You might be thinking about it. You may have been considering it for a while. You've been following me for a while. You might be thinking about the 21-day fix, what it is, what this bridal group I talk about is all the time. You might be one of my coaches, new customers. Regardless, everything I'm about to tell you guys tonight is going to consist of how to do this program, what this program does, why it works, how to create a meal plan that's going to work for you, how these crazy containers that we get in the mail work, all of that good stuff. I'm going to go over all of it in 30 minutes. That's all it's going to take. And again, I have posted in the comment section a link to the PowerPoint that I have made that I'm going to be going off of tonight so you guys can follow along or refer to as we go. But essentially, for those of you that do not know who I am Kelsey Smith. I am a Star Diamond coach. I've been coaching for over 2 years, and I got my start with the 21-day fix in Shakeology. This program is no joke. It has changed my life in more ways than I can even describe. I have literally, my first round, I lost 8 pounds. I didn't measure. I should have. I lost 8 pounds, and that was where my whole journey began with this program. And since then, I have helped hundreds and hundreds of people get started on a program the same program. And I've had to date the highest weight loss I have seen from one of my challengers to date is 59 pounds. And that is shout out to Georgia Palmer because she has been kicking some serious butt with the 21-day fix, with this meal plan, with these portion control containers, and with Shakeology. I am recently married, just got married last month. I am a crazy dog mom, graduated from WVU with a bachelor's in journalism. Again, like I told you, the 21-day fix in Shakeology is where it all started for me. So I have such a huge heart for this program. I absolutely love it. Basically, my job as a coach is to change lives, including my own, through challenge groups and through helping people through these programs. And the reason I'm doing this call tonight is because I'm doing whatever I possibly can to make sure that my customers, my challengers, are getting started on the right note so that they can get the best results possible. One thing that I did not get to do last month because it was a crazy month for me was really dial into my challenge groups, really dial into my customers, and I saw what happened because of that. It's my job as a coach to make sure that you guys get through your programs, that you understand how this whole thing works, that these containers don't come off as too small or too intimidating. It's my job to explain it to you. So from here on out, we're going to be doing more things like this, more engaging things in order to make sure that you are getting the attention that you need, you're getting the support that you need, and you can get the best results possible literally in just 3 weeks, guys. It's a 3-week program. I am a changed woman completely just because I decided to take on this journey. And I know you guys might be looking at me now and saying, oh, well, you're a coach, like you're supposed to say that. No, I'm not. I understand that you guys might think that, but honestly, I came into this business, I came into this program the same way you did because I wanted to see a change in my life. I wanted to see results, and nothing was working for me before. I went to the gym 6 days a week. I was a stress eater. I drank a lot of alcohol, and my life was just in shambles. This is the first thing that I could honestly say that I took control of, and it changed my life forever. This program is a game changer, and I'm super excited to share more about it tonight and help you guys get started for those of you that are on the fence about buying it, as well as the ones who have already purchased it and are currently waiting for it to arrive. So what we're going to be going over tonight is what exactly the 21-day fix is, how to meal prep, how to find the recipes, how to go grocery shopping on a budget, and why this works. That's what we're going to be going over tonight. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to get straight to the point. So right off the bat, what is the 21-day fix? Okay, so you guys have seen this all on Facebook, right? You've seen these crazy colored containers. What the heck do they mean? You've heard about Shakeology. You've seen people drinking it. You've seen the people with their selfies like me and my shake, right? But you're thinking to yourself, what the heck is this thing? This program is the best thing that has ever happened in the health and fitness world. And I'm confidently saying that because this is where it's at, portion control. What this program consists of is 30-minute workouts every single day. You're focusing on a different body part every day, going from total body cardio, maybe to you're doing an upper fix, you're doing lower, you're doing Pilates, you're doing yoga. You're doing all of these different things. They all come together for you to do 30 minutes a day. You'll get solid results. This is an easy to follow nutrition and fitness program, and it makes the whole weight loss thing extremely simple. Like, you're not going to be counting calories. Oh God, gross. You're not doing any of that stuff. You're not going to be doing Weight Watchers. None of that. We don't do points. We don't do counting calories. We do these. We do these things. And as much food as you can fit into these containers, which you get plenty of them. Every single day I get to have 4 of these awesome green containers every single day, 2 of these purples every single day. You're eating a lot of food. I'm telling you what, guys, I love food, and there is no way you're going to get me on a program that doesn't allow me to eat. This allows you to eat, and I'm going to show you exactly what that is as we continue to go on here. But again, 30-minute workouts, the portion control containers, and the last ingredient to this whole thing, bam, Shakeology. And if you guys, I know you guys are sitting back there thinking, I don't need Shakeology. Guys, I was the same way. I didn't need Shakeology too. It was just another protein shake, right? We all hear that. No, it's not. I mean, if you guys can honestly go online and find me another nutrition shake, this isn't a protein shake, this isn't a weight loss shake. If you can find me another nutrition shake on the market right now that has the exact same ingredients as this, then I will tell you you're right and you don't need it. Because there's nothing else out there like that. This has literally changed my life. It has helped with weight loss. It has helped with my energy, which was whenever I was a full-time employee. I used to work 4 a.m. to 1 p.m. and this was my go-to. This was my lifesaver. I still get to eat all the normal foods I want to eat every single day. This is just my little addition. I usually drink, this is Zach's. Zach drinks the strawberry. I drink the chocolate. It helps me with my cravings. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm more than happy to talk to you more about Shakeology, but please don't be one of those people that say you don't need it, right? Because you have your GNC protein shake. They're not the same thing. You can continue having your GNC protein shake, but this is everything that your body needs. One of these packets is equivalent to having 7 salads, guys. A lot of nutrients in it. It has more than 70 superfoods from all across the country. You know what I love about Beachbody, guys? I love that they have to send people out to different countries all over the world just to find ingredients that are good for my body, right? That's what I love about it. Because I'm not trying to, if you guys, please go and look in the back of your protein shake and try to tell me what those ingredients are. I can Google any ingredient on the back of this and I can tell you what, it's good for you. That's the third ingredient. 30-minute workouts, portion control containers, daily nutrition with Shakeology. All three come together. It's an easy to follow nutrition and fitness program, and it's going to make losing weight, losing those inches, toning up way more simple. That's what the 21 Day Fix is. So what you're going to get is I'm going to turn this around really quick so you guys can see it. What you're going to be getting is all those containers that you see there. You get 7 different workouts, the shaker, a quick start guide, bonus DVD, a 3-day fix guide. And here are my results from my first round, so you guys can see a lot more. It's changed a lot in my stomach area. Great results. You're going to get a lot out of it. So just wanted to share that. All right, so let's get back into it and let's get into the meat of this call. I want to make sure this doesn't fall over. Okay, so next up, how does this whole thing work? So again, we don't do the whole calorie counting thing, but there is an equation that you'll find in your book. So if you already have the 21 Day Fix, if you guys are still on the fence about it, you might not know what I'm talking about, but if you already have the 21 Day Fix, you're going to go to page 19 in your book, and there's going to be a little equation there where you're going to fill this out. Basically, you just kind of figure out how much you're eating a day, if you're stationary, if you're moving, whatever. You do that. You do this little math equation thing here. I'm really bad at numbers, but I can even do this. And it'll tell you what bracket you fall in. It'll tell you how many of each container you can get every single day. One of the biggest things that people deal with when they get these containers in the mail, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about in a second, is that they're like, what the heck am I going to do with this thing? How am I supposed to live just by eating these things, right? No, guys, you get so many of these every single day. Like I mentioned to you before, based on where you guys fall in that calculation, this is going to change. So for me personally, I have 4 of these a day, 3 of these a day, 4 of these a day. I do 2 yellows a day, 1 blue a day, and 1 orange a day. Okay, that's what I'm getting every single day, and you can assemble these into a ton of meals, which I'm going to get into in just a second. But basically, you're going to do that equation. Again, that's on page 19 if you already have your stuff. If you guys are doing another program like Hammer and Chisel, 22-minute hardcore, Country Heat, anything like that, the page number is going to be different, but it's still the same thing. This is the same nutrition program. So they are not going to be starving yourself. You're getting plenty of food. Now, the containers all stand for different things. Vegetables. So you have a huge list of vegetables that you're going to be able to have through the green container, a whole list of fruits you can have. Same with your reds. Those are proteins. Carbs are yellows. Seeds and oils, orange. Fruit, blues are going to be your healthy fat. So once again, I'm going to show this to you guys really quickly. This is the amount of stuff that you get to eat in your containers. So you're not starving and you're not getting rid of the foods that you love. You literally are still eating. I mean, how many of you guys like raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, watermelon, kale? I mean, you guys get to eat all of this stuff. Like, you guys have options here. That's the cool thing about this program is that, again, you're not eating those frozen meals that are freaking terrible for you from Weight Watchers. You guys are eating real food that you're actually going to enjoy, as well as incorporating that with your Shakeology and your daily meals. You're eating 5 to 6 times a day, every 2 to 3 hours to get that metabolism going, and you get to eat the foods you love. So you guys can check that out in your books, regardless of what program you have. You can go into your food guides, and you're going to see the list of foods you can have in there. Now, let's get to the meal prepping part, right? The meal prepping part is something that we all struggle with. Give me a like on this video if the meal prep is the hardest thing for you to do. Please, I want to see the number of likes that come in. How many of you guys think that meal prepping is the hardest part of this whole journey? I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm seeing them all come in. I understand. Meal prepping is a pain in the butt, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, so in order to succeed, I have my 5 best tips for you guys in order to create a simple and yummy meal plan, guys. And I'm gonna give them to you right now. So if you have a pen and paper, write it down. Again, I've posted the link to this PowerPoint in the comment section of this video, so you guys can just look through that at the end if you want. But I'm gonna go into it right now. Step 1, when you're meal planning, start with dinner. First off, actually, I'm gonna take a step back. Pick a time of the weekend that you guys can actually sit down and do this. Once you guys get in the roll of this, it's not going to take you very long. It takes me 30 minutes to 45 minutes max to do our whole weekly meal plan. I've gotten to this point where I have been able to make our dinners so that Zach actually eats them. I enjoy them. We don't mind eating them. Like tonight we had chicken parmesan with a side of zucchini. Oh my gosh, it was fantastic. People think that because you're dieting, you have to eat celery sticks and carrots all day. You don't. And I know that it's really easy whenever we start meal prepping to get in this thought process that we have to become creatures of habit, right? No, we don't have to do that either. And I'm going to tell you guys how to do that. So again, now we'll fast forward. Once you pick your time of the weekend where you are able to sit down and spend 30 to 45 minutes, this is what you're going to do. You're going to I have a whole Excel spreadsheet. And again, this is in that PowerPoint attached to this into the comment section. I have an Excel spreadsheet where I sit down and I have meal 1, meal 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, remember, you're having 6 meals a day to help with that metabolism. And the first place I start is with dinner. Dinner is my number one. I need something to look forward to every single day. So I find 7 dinners that I want to have that week. Now, if you guys are a customer of mine, I sent you a huge packet of recipes whenever you signed up. So you can go through there, look at those dinner recipes. You might have the Fixate cookbook by Autumn. You can go through there, look at those dinner recipes. But to be completely honest with you, the place that I get the most of my recipes is Pinterest. I get a ton of my dinner recipes from Pinterest. But I'm going to throw this in there because I think it's extremely important that I say this. Be careful, because a lot of people will say it's 21-day fix approved, and when it's not. So make sure that you're really kind of going through those ingredients and you're checking it out, making sure that they fall into your food list that I showed you a little bit earlier. But dinner is the first place that I start. And the reason I do that is because I want to look forward to dinner every single day. And once I do that, once I pick the dinners, my 7 dinners for the week, I can cross off those containers and I can continue to move on. So that's my tip number 1. Make sure that you start with dinner. You can find recipes through if you're my customer, you have a whole list of recipes. I also have a whole list that I send exclusively to you from my blog. And then I have Pinterest boards that I share with you, the things that I have cooked before. But I also always go to Pinterest. The next thing you need to do, step number 2, after you have picked your dinners for the week, you're going to pick a place for your Shakeology. So go back into there and figure out when you need to have that Shakeology. When are you feeling like you're exhausted? Maybe you have a busy morning, so it needs to go for breakfast while you're running out the door. Find a place. There's no wrong time for it. I personally actually have that as my last meal of the day just because for me, that's my favorite. Like I have such a sweet tooth at night. Like you can ask Zach, I'm like, let's go get ice cream like every other day. And so I make sure my Shakeology goes toward the end of the night so that way I'm not cheating and I still feel like I'm getting that fix in regards to the ice cream because my Shakeology, I don't know how you're making it, but mine tastes just like a milkshake and it really helps with that. So the tip number 2, after you figured out your dinners for the week, is to find a place for your Shakeology. And if you're going to be blending it with things like fruits or with peanut butter and stuff like that, you can make sure you can cross off those containers too. So now we have our Shakeology planned in for the day. We have our dinners planned for the week. The next step is assuming that you're going to have leftovers from dinner. That can be your lunch for the next day. Every single day when we make dinner, I always make a little bit extra so that way Zach and I have our lunch the next day. So chicken parmesan tonight, you better bet we're having chicken parmesan for lunch the next day. And you might think to yourself, well, I don't want to be eating the same things all the time. You're not. I mean, you guys probably already eat leftovers right now, right? So basically you're just taking a smaller portion of your dinner and you're moving it to lunch for the next day. So pizza one night, pizza the next day. Chicken parmesan the next day. Anything like that. And if you guys want something quick, if you're not going to want to eat if you don't want to eat your leftovers the next day, you can do things like salads. You can do things like sandwiches or wraps, things like that. The lunch, though, if you want to make this simple on yourself, if you want to make the meal planning process quickly, just make extra for dinner. That's the easiest tip that I can possibly give you. Number 4, so now at this point, you have your dinners planned for the week. Your leftovers are going to be your lunches the next day. You found a place for your Shakeology. The next step is to start filling in the blanks. What containers do you have left for that day? I encourage you to put your carbs at the beginning of the day. You want to get those kind of out of the way because eating them after 6 will just have them sit there all night. So kind of get your yellows toward the top of the day. Excuse me. And then you're going to find other places. So where can I throw a fruit in as a snack? What am I doing at these times of the day? Where do I need to put these certain foods so that way I can make sure that I'm getting all my containers in? Ways to, I mean, I know a lot of you are going to say, like, I'm not a veggie person. Can you guys like this? If anybody is, like, kind of weird about their vegetables, they don't like to eat them that much. Trying to see if anybody else is like me. Okay, I have a really hard time with vegetables for a long time, too. Cool thing is you can throw a whole green container of spinach in a Shakeology, and you can't even taste it, guys. That simple. So that's another way to get rid of a green container. Mixing them in with foods, putting in spinach with your eggs in the morning, things like that. I think that's it's extremely easy to get rid of those green containers. So tip number 4, again, fill in the blanks. Whatever containers you have left for that day, after you've planned your Shakeology, after you've planned your lunches, after you've planned your dinners, fill in the blanks. And actually, at that point, by the time you get to step 4 where you're filling in the blanks, it's actually extremely easy because you've already used most of your containers for your 2 biggest meals of the day, lunch and dinner. So all you're going to be doing is probably throwing a red for some eggs in the morning, throw in a couple fruits, and you're good to go for your day. The next thing after that is, like I said, tip number 5 is having it in an Excel spreadsheet. Because guess what? Once it's in a spreadsheet, it's there. It's done. And you can just tweak it from week to week. So for me, I'm a creature of habit. My mornings are the same every single day. I mean, I have my half of my English muffin before my workout. Then I have my eggs and veggies. And then I have a fruit. So I'm like a creature of habit. And you guys are going to find yourselves being the same way. The only thing that changes for me week to week are the dinners and obviously the leftover lunches. So put that in an Excel spreadsheet and then just go ahead and from there, tweak it from week to week. So that way, once you do it once, it'll become a lot easier for you to do it. And I know if any of my coaches are on this call, I'm not sure if they are. I know that I've taught them to do this, and it's been working wonders for every single one of us. So I'm going to show you an example really quickly. Let me turn this around. Here's a sample meal plan, basically to show you what a day would look like for somebody. This is not my personal one, but I will share with this is one of my coaches. Shakeology, half cup of water, half cold coffee, spoon of almond butter. Well, their mornings that's a pretty extensive morning. They typically don't look like that. Mine will typically say like Shakeology and banana. But you can see here, this is what they did throughout the whole week. This person was a creature of habit. So you guys can see Excel spreadsheet, super easy. This is the way it can be done. All right. Oh, here's mine. One second. Okay, here's what mine looks like, and hopefully you guys can see this. I put my workout of the day up there. I use Energize and Recover. If you have any questions about that, you're more than welcome to answer those. But basically, that's Beachbody's recovery formula and pre-workout. It's fantastic. But anyways, you guys can see my 6 meals of the day. So you can see on Monday, this is when I was a full-time employee. This is an old one. You can see I had a Kind bar in the morning, which is a granola bar, for those of you who don't know what that is. Meal 2 was a banana, as well as some Greek yogurt. Meal 3 was Shakeology and almond milk. Meal 4 was 8 egg whites, mozzarella cheese, turkey pepperoni. Meal 5 was celery and peanut butter. Meal 6 was tilapia, coconut, broccoli, asparagus, and mozzarella cheese. And guys, the reason my meal plan looks like this is because I used to work 4 a.m. to 1 p.m., so I had breakfast basically all day long. You guys can see here, it's kind of the same in the mornings, right? Like everything is basically the same, but my dinners change and my lunches are just leftovers. So this is exactly how I would do this every single week, okay? Hopefully that helps with that. And I still do it that way. That's just an older example of my meal plan. Now it's more of like a working normal hours type of meal plan. Some places where you guys can find your recipes, Pinterest, blogs. I find a lot of my recipes on different blogs. Committed to Getting Fit is the #1 coach in our company. Her name is Melanie Mitro, and she has a fantastic recipe section. I got a lot of my recipes from there, and she has a fantastic Pinterest. Fixate, like I mentioned before, Autumn Calabrese has a cookbook with all 21 Day Fix approved recipes. Google. You can Google 21 Day Fix recipes. That's a fantastic resource. And also contacting your coach. So if you need extra recipes, if you're feeling a little bored with what you're eating, just contact your coach and they can help find you or refer you some recipes. Some tips that I have for you is cooking and prepping in bulk. Make sure that the more you can do ahead of time, the better, right? So if you're going to be somebody with a busy schedule, and I know a lot of you out there that are watching this is somebody that does have a very busy schedule. You work full time and you're thinking to yourself, like, how am I supposed to prep all this food and how am I supposed to get it all together, things like that. I understand that. So the more that you can do ahead of time, the better. When I used to work full time, I used to try to do as much as I could on Sundays. So that consists of cooking a ton of chicken. So going to the grocery store and getting a ton of chicken, cooking it all, getting it all sliced and ready to go, and putting it in the fridge and having it ready for the entire week. That way you can mix it in with salads and it's already ready to go instead of having to sit there and cook it later on. I do things like omelet cups. I used to do things like omelet cups, hard-boiled eggs, things that I could take with me on the go. Again, omelet cups are basically like muffins, but you cook the egg in a muffin tray. Pretty fantastic, ingenious if you ask me. We do now, like, since Zach still goes to work, we do things like overnight eggs where I put all of our stuff into a mason jar where he can just throw it in a skillet in the morning and eat it. Again, super easy. Chop all your vegetables and fruits early. And have it prepped and in containers for the week. So that way, if you're having a pineapple, it's already cut up, you just take it, throw it in your purple container, and run out the door. And make sure that you have, especially for those of you that are busy, make sure you have easy on the goes. So things like your Shakeology that you can take on the go, and putting grapes and an apple, banana, tuna, things like that. Things that are going to be easy on the go, especially for a crazy busy schedule. So now we'll transition. If anybody has any questions about the meal prep, please post them below. I'm more than happy to answer them. But now I'm going to transition into grocery shopping on a budget. We're almost done with this, I promise, but I'm going to transition into the next part. But I can see your guys' comments if you want to add in there, so I can answer any of them. So a lot of you guys are thinking now at this point, that's a lot of food. Kelsey, you have to eat 5 to 6 times a day. That's a lot of food. How the hell am I supposed to afford to eat healthy? How many of us have said we put off something because we think eating healthy is too expensive? How many people have done that, right? Me personally, I mean, you think like organic stuff's more expensive, fruits, vegetables, like going shopping at Whole Foods, all that stuff, it's crazy expensive, and we put off our own happiness and our own health and fitness journey because we think it's too expensive. Guys, it doesn't have to be that way. Meal prep doesn't have to be hard, and grocery shopping doesn't have to be expensive. I'm going to let you in on some of my tips and tricks on that now. So, tip numero uno. You need a budget. That's all there is to it. How much can you spend on groceries every single week? How much? And guys, you have to go into that grocery trip on a budget. You have to. You can't go in thinking like, okay, well, I'm just going to see whatever happens. I'll charge it to my credit card. Guys, that's how we get ourselves in big trouble. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I spend $80 a week for Zach and I. And we each eat 6 meals a day. That's coming out to, I'm really bad at math. I don't even know what that would be. Do you know what that would be?
For what?
2 of us, $80 a week, 6 meals a day. I don't know. But it's not expensive. That's the thing. That's where I was trying to get with that. It comes out to like $1 or something, I think, a meal. So we're paying that for the entire week's worth of food. Full, a lot of it organic, a lot of it still good. So I'm going to show you guys how we do that. But we go into that with cash every single time. We don't go in with a credit card. We try to make sure that we're coming in with cash. Because, guys, if you go in with a solid amount of cash, like, that's all you got. Like, you aren't spending more than $80 a week. So $80 cash straight up, that's what you go in on. Decide, talk it over with your spouse. I know that's kind of harder when you have kids because you have to feed extra mouths, things like that. But decide what your budget's going to be for the grocery store with your spouse and stick to that budget. And I promise you, you're going to be a really happy camper at the end of that trip. Number 2 tip is sticking to the list. Oh my gosh, guys. You have to make a grocery list. So after that whole meal prep thing we just went through, you guys can sit down and it should be extremely easy to make your grocery list for the week. But it's also extremely easy to walk into the grocery store and walk out with 15 things we don't need. And for the love of God, do not go to Target because you know that's going to happen to you. So make sure you guys are sticking to your list. After you're done meal prepping, you should have a pretty beautiful list of all the things you need. Walk into that store with your $80 cash or whatever your budget is, and then walk back out with only the things you put on that list. You have to stick to the list. That's extremely important. Number 3, do not go shopping hungry. Wow. You guys probably all know when you go shopping hungry, everything looks good and you're going to put it in your cart. So that's just a side note tip, but I'm telling you what, you might think to yourself like, what the heck? Why is she talking about this? It's important. Do not go shopping hungry. Number 4, do your research. Guys, there's going to be other places, there's going to be grocery stores that are having fantastic specials that week, others that are not. Make sure you guys are reading those articles that come in the mail. Go online. Now everything's online. Go to like Kroger.com or FoodCity.com or Trader Joe's and see what their specials are this week and find out where you need to go to get the best deal for things, because you guys, if you're trying to save money here, you're not trying to break the bank, right? So we want to do whatever we possibly can to make sure that we are saving as much money as possible. Find which stores in your area have the best deals, and that's where you go for those things. I've had a couple times made several trips to 2 different grocery stores just to save extra money. Probably didn't save money in gas, but still, it made myself feel better. Next thing, if you know how to coupon, then do it. I'm not very good at this. I used to be way better at it in college, but that was also because I don't know what I was doing in college, why I felt the need to coupon, but I did. I couponed all the time. And if you know how to do it, it's fantastic. Do it. I need to try to get back into that. Coupons are fantastic. Again, go to their websites, check your newspapers every single week, find coupons, and use them. They definitely can save you a lot of money in the long run. This one I believe is the most important tip I can possibly give you, and that is to take an inventory before you leave the house. If you guys, how many times have we all gone to the grocery store and come back and realized that we already had it? Make sure that after you make your meal prep list and you go through and all of a sudden you have your meal prep, everything's ready for the week, and then you made your grocery list, go through your pantry, go through your fridge, and make sure you don't already have it, because everything's going to go bad and you're going to be mad because now you have 3 skim milks and you have 2 almond milks and 70 apples. Believe me, like I have right now a ridiculous amount of apples and bananas. So make sure you're taking an inventory before you leave the house, and that way you come back and you only buy what you need, because hey, if you set bananas up there every single day and you already have 5 bananas, you only need 2. Saves you money, right? Next thing is taking part in the loyalty programs at your grocery store. So the Kroger cards, Food City, Giant Eagle, whatever your grocery store chain is, make sure you guys have that card. It sounds simple, it sounds ridiculous, but there's a huge money saver there if you're not using those loyalty cards. This one I thought was extremely interesting when I learned this one. Look up and down the shelves whenever you go to the grocery store. The highest priced items are always at eye level, always. And the freshest items are always in the back. The cheaper stuff's going to be toward the bottom because that's the way that they do their marketing. They have the more expensive stuff. You'll see Heinz ketchup right in front of your face, and then like the off-brand ketchup below. That's how it works because they want us to, they think that we're going to take whatever we see first, right? I mean, Heinz ketchup is obviously a no-brainer. That was a ridiculous thing to use, but always look up and down the shelves. Make sure that you're finding the best price items. There's nothing wrong with the value brand at the grocery stores. For some reason, I don't know why some people think that. I hear that from people and I don't understand why. They're like, why? Well, I don't want to get the off-brand stuff. It's not as good. It's literally the same thing, guys. It's the same thing. Not all of them. Make sure you're checking the ingredients on the back, but at the same time, it's essentially the same thing. It's just as great value instead of whatever. So make sure that you guys implement that. And again, freshest items are always in the back. You don't want to skimp on things like meats, like when it comes to freshness, like meats and dairy items. Like that's disgusting whenever we go through and you, oh my gosh, food poisoning. No, just don't, please don't. Find the freshest things and get it. I personally, this is my personal tip, is I always buy low sodium, low fat or fat free, low sugar, skim milks. And I utilize the Dirty Dozen list for organic foods. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of that before. You don't have to get every fruit and vegetable organic. There's actually a Dirty Dozen list. If you guys Google that, and you guys can see right on there like what you should be eating organic and what you should not. But basically, anything that comes out of the ground, you should be eating organic just because of the soils. But other than that, like, doesn't really matter. So make sure that you got, or I guess has the bare skin, that you would eat the bare skin of. That's what's important, not what's in the ground. If you're gonna like eat a pepper, like peppers should be organic, things like that. Tomatoes. Definitely Google that, the Dirty Dozen list, and then you guys can see what should be purchased organic and what should not. So that is my tips in regards to grocery shopping on a budget. Like I said, we go in there every week. I actually like grocery shopping because it doesn't take long because I'm prepared when I walk in the door. But again, we spend $80 for the two of us every single week. I understand that every budget's going to be different, especially if kids are involved. So just again, start with those tips. Those tips are listed in the PowerPoint in this video. So go ahead and check that out. And to sum this all up, I just want to, based on what we've talked about, the 21-day fix, the meal plan, how to meal plan, how to prep, going grocery shopping. Here's what I want this all boils down to, guys. This works. This program works like big time if you take it seriously and you give it your all. And if you can do that, if you can give this your all, if you can participate, if you can show up, if you can prep, you can do your workouts daily, I promise you, you're going to be very happy. Eating every 2 to 3 hours boosts your metabolism. Boom. You're not counting calories. The containers do it for you. Boom. You are in control of this. You're not having to listen to some stupid back of some box about points and crap like that. You don't have to do that. You're in control of this. You personally are. Shakeology makes you feel like you're cheating. That's what's really cool about it. Like I said, mine tastes like a milkshake. Zach has the strawberry one. Tastes like a smoothie. We get to have this every single day, and it's the best thing you're going to put in your body every single day, the Shakeology. I'm pretty sure if you guys have been on this call for the past 35, 40 minutes now, you've heard me say that over and over again. Shakeology works, and it's worth the money. And last but not least, 21-day fixers are averaging a weight loss of 5 to 15 pounds per round. A lot of them, oh gosh, some of them, I mean, they do it over and over and over again. And like I said at the beginning of this call, Georgia Palmer, one of my customers, one of my coaches now, down 60 pounds, joined me 4 months ago. Alicia Snyder, down 40 pounds, joined me in November. I mean, this works. And they're eating every single day. Like, they're eating 5 to 6 times a day. They're filling their body with what it needs. And everybody is just getting these incredible results. The reason that I'm so passionate about this, the reason that my coaches, if they invited you to this call, are so passionate about this is because we know it's going to work for you. We know that if you show up daily, we know that if you give this your all, that you participate, that you meal plan, you do your workouts, you drink your Shakeology, in 21 days, that's right, 3 freaking weeks, you're going to be in a completely different place. And you're mentally, physically, everywhere. So, I hope that this call helped you guys tonight. I hope it opened your horizons. I hope that it really made you see the value of this program, how important it is to meal plan, how easy it is to meal plan, how easy it is to make a grocery list and to stay on budget. If you are a customer of mine, you've already purchased, as you guys know, we're kicking off on Monday, and so you guys have the whole week to get yourself prepped. You have my email, you have me on Messenger. Shoot me a message if you have any questions. If you are somebody that has kind of been on the fence about this program for a while, but now you're like, let's do this thing, reach out to me. Let's get you signed up. Let's get you enrolled. It's going to take about 5 to 7 days for you to get it. And it's going to be worth every cent, I promise. So I'm super excited to get you guys started. I can't wait for this next round. I'm excited to see who's going to be our next biggest loser. I'm so excited for all the new opportunities coming, the new people that are going to be joining these groups. If any of you have any questions, I'm going to leave this up for like 1 more minute. Please post them below, and I'm more than happy to answer them. But if not, I mean, this was fun. If you guys want me to do more things like this, just let me know what you would like me to do. I'm more than happy to do that. I love sharing about these programs, this business, everything like that. And that's another side note. We're doing a whole business call tomorrow in regards to what we do as coaches. So if you're interested in that too, you can let me know, and I'll get you added to that group also. But that's it. That's all I got for you tonight. So I hope that this helped, and let me know if you have any more questions. I'm super excited to see you guys in our next round. Have a good one.